Let's look at our trip today. It's halfway between Manila and our destination, which is the Coral Beach Club. I cut it in two parts. It's not going to be very long. And this part itself, we're going to cut into three more parts. That will be episode 13, 14, and 15. Approximately equal parts. I'm expecting maybe a 30 minutes to a 45-minute drive per part. So we'll start off here and somewhere maybe in a third of the leg, a third of our drive. Then maybe over this one will be our second part. And from there, we'll be all the way to the Coral Beach Club. So join me and let's go. Okay, episode 15. This is our last episode, part 3 of 3, guys. So if you haven't watched episode 13 and 14 and if you want the whole story, just go through it. So remember the purpose of the challenge to give you the road, right? Maybe I've emphasized it enough already. So if you've been watching my episodes for now, you know what the channel is all about, okay? By the way, welcome to our new subscribers. And of course, very much welcome to our returning subscribers as well. Okay, so ang topic natin ngayon is yung final destination natin, which is Nasugbu. So makikita nyo dyan sa map how big Nasugbu is. And also yung Lian. Ang target natin for today is actually yung Lian. That's the municipality just south of Nasugbu. And that's where the Matabungkay beach is. And there's a place there that we go to for so maybe a meal or two if we just want a meal or two outside of Metro Manila. Tagaytay is okay. It's just that Tagaytay sometimes can get overly crowded. So it's hard to relax, right? And with this destination, you can get a meal there. The meal is good and it's by the beach and you can go home afterwards. Dito rin sa area na to, actually, they have a lot of mga balsa na pwede kang kumain. So, people can cook for you and you can order food and they will cook for you and you can eat on those floating things. Okay, yung mga balsa nila. And if it's not low tide, it's nice to be in. Unfortunately, high tide only comes in maybe at 3 to 4 p.m. So it's really good to go there and have maybe an early dinner. If you go there in the morning, it's really low tide. So medyo yung balsa nasa shoreline na rin, no? But for us, we will go to the Coral Beach Club. I'm not. This is not a paid ad, nor is it something that I would endorse. But that's where we go to if we want to have a meal or two and a more relaxed environment. Okay. So on a personal note, I prefer to go here at times than Tagaytay if it's just a day trip. Okay, so as you can see, the road is good. Also, on our map, you see an island called Verde Island. You can Google it. It's one of the popular spots that you can go to visit. To get from the island, there's a ferry. I think you have to go to Pico de Loro, a resort. But I also believe that there's a ferry from Hamilo Coast Ferry Terminal. The Hamilo Coast Ferry Terminal, they also have a ferry from there coming from MOA. So one way, another way to get to Verde Island is through the MOA ferry. Okay, and I'm introducing that as part of our trip So you can Google. Okay. So iiwan ko na sa inyo yung Google, iiwan ko na sa inyo yung paghahanap ng ibang vloggers because that's not what the channel is for. All right. Um, so by the 8th minute of this particular episode, you will see another set of videos alongside our primary video, which will highlight the trip itself, kung ano yung nakita natin along the way. And it will also show the some footage of our final destination, which is the Coral Beach Club. Okay? So I'll see you then. I'll come back maybe 5 minutes before the video ends. Okay? For this episode. So enjoy the ride now for guys, and I'll see you soon. So hello again. Ayun, lumagpas tayo. And we made a U-turn. That road is also known as the Calatagan Road or Calatagan and Nasugbu Road. And as you've noticed, it's a very nice drive because there's not much vehicle. And the reason being is yung dulo nun, Calatagan. And after Calatagan, there's nothing south of Calatagan except water. So if you want to go east to other municipalities of Batangas, you would have turned east before this point already. So anything from here onwards is just local traffic to the Calatagan area. So kapag nagda-drive kayo dito, makikita nyo it's almost an empty road. And we're just passing by the barangay outpost here. This road leads to us to the Matabungkay beach area. And at normal times, they will require us to pay for environmental fee or some additional fees. Okay, but nowadays I think it's different. So if you go farther here, you'll hit the endpoint, which is the marketplace. So sa marketplace, pwede rin kayong bumili ng mga pamili doon like food or meat products, uncooked ones. And you can bring those. May mga balsa doon that you can rent for a day or a day trip, and they can cook the those items for you. So the things that you bought from the marketplace. But for now, our final destination is yung resort na ang tawag is Blue Coral. It's just we're just going to have a meal there. We're not going to stay. And it's one of those places where, as I've said in my previous uh, talk, that we go to just to have a meal or two. Okay? So ito yung sinasabi kong market area. If you just drive a little bit farther, that's where you can buy, fresh seafood, some meat, and yung mga pampalasa. Now, when we do the edit on together with this primary footage, I'll be showing the summary of our trip taken at a different angle. And I also give you a footage of the beach itself, maybe coming from the resort para makita ninyo yung Matabungkay area, Matabungkay Beach. If you want to know updates on Matabungkay Beach and how it looks like nowadays. It depends really if it's low tide or high tide. It looks better when it's high tide, but the high tide, as you know, starts in the afternoon. Maybe water starts coming in to the shore at roughly 3 p.m. If you're going to have early dinner, yung balsa ninyo will be in a very good position. Pero pag napaaga-aga kayo, it's really just sand and nothing, right? Because it's a low tide. What the local fisher folks do there usually is to pull it outside to deeper waters, but it still depends kasi may natural separation eh. Okay? So this is our trip, guys, for episode 14. I hope you enjoyed this particular trip and you saw the roads that you're going to go through just in case you're planning a trip over here. Search for other vloggers in YouTube to give you an idea more about the area. Okay, so for me, I just wanted you to see the roads. So shout out for Liz and Fonty for always watching the videos. Okay, so until our next episode, thank you and have a nice day.